It was thanks to Izaki that I was able to get into the reception held after the ATF was over. They told me there was a dress code, so I went all the way back to my parents' house to get a suit to change into. At first, all that effort paid off, as Izaki introduced me to some of the country's top researchers. Riken, JAXA, EMIS, etc. Alright, what is JAXA? Right click? Yeah, I use right click, go to tips. Oh, this is EMIS. Alright, Institute of Material Structure Science. A lab at the High Energy Accelerator Research Organization, KEC, located in Tsukuba, Ibaraki. It primarily works in using electron accelerators to investigate the structure and properties of matter. Nice! What is JAXA? Oh man, I love JAXA. JAXA, Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, the National Aerospace Agency of Japan, an independent administrative agency formed in October 2003 by United Institute of Space and Aeronautical Science, ISAS, and the National Aerospace Laboratory, now I say the and the National Space Development Agency, NASA. There we go. It primarily does space and aeronautical research. Its headquarters is located at the Aerospace Center in Chofu, Tokyo, and it has other space centers and observatories located all through the country, such as Usuda in Nagano, Tsukuda in Ibaraki, and Sagamihara in Kanagawa. It also has Japan's only 2 rocket launch pads, located in Uchinora and Tanegashima in Kagoshima. As of March 2010, it employs around 1,500 people. That is a lot of Japanese words I just said there, and there are like a bunch of locations there. Wow. I'm hoping I pronounced a lot of them correctly, but I have a feeling that, I might have fucked up some of the pronunciation of all the Japanese locations that was just said. Alright, what is Riken? Riken, the Institute of Physical and Chemical Research, founded in 1917. It is Japan's only general natural sciences institute. Research at Riken covers a variety of fields like physics, engineering, chemistry, computational science, biology, and medicine. Its base is located in Wako City, Saitama. There are also labs in Hyogo, Kanagawa, and other locations in Japan. Riken also has research centers in America, England, and other countries. That was ISMIS? IMIS? I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it. I'm just gonna say IMSS. Yeah, IMSS. Whoa! Oh, I should, wow! Well, that, definitely would have backfired on me if I said what I was about to say. Oh my god, this is such an embarrassing way to begin an episode. Like, I know that's not the intention with the abbreviation, but at the same time, God, if you say it out loud. When you say it out loud, it sounds so bad out of context. That was in this JAXA and Riken. Back to the game. Alright. But before long, Izaki ran off to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. Who did I get a text from? Oh, is it Mayuri? No, it's Daru. Daru, I can't believe you get to go to a fancy party. Die in the fire, Mr. Fancy Pants. You could have helped, you know. All the food here looks so good. There's nobody to talk to, and I'm bored. Alright, all the food here looks so good. I'm sending that to Daru. Alright, how is he gonna respond? Bring me back a doggy bag. Hell no! I can't do that! You can do what you set your mind to! There is no limit but the vast blue sky! I can come get it right now if you want me to. Are you hungry? Fine. Okay. I'll get you something. But I refuse. Ah! Jealous? Wait, is that like a big group chat they're in? Like, is this a group chat? Wait, okay, let's see. Aw, I can't add a number. But like, is this a group chat? Oh my god. Okabe and Daru have a group chat with Mayuri. That is awesome. But before long, Izaki ran off to suck up to some university professor, and I was left completely abandoned. My own personal target, Dr. Leskinen, was surrounded by a bunch of famous scientists. It didn't feel like a mere student would be welcome. And so, all I did was stand around and eat from the buffet by the wall. To be honest, I couldn't tell if the food was any good or not. Whenever my glass got empty, a smiling waiter was always around to fill it up again, and so I found myself drinking more than I intended. Oh man, every restaurant in New York basically I went to. I'm not particularly rich, but I have gone to rich restaurants before. My stomach was already so full it hurt. The whole place felt like it was another world.
やっぱりこういうのには向かないわ。
At the exact moment I spoke, I heard a girl next to me say the exact same thing. Surprised, I looked over at her. Our eyes met.
あら、あなた。
What was a middle school girl doing here? And then a moment later, I realized it was Maho Yajo. She was wearing the exact same outfit she'd been wearing during the lecture. A lab coat in a place like this? That's just what the old me would have done.
あなたは。
Maho was clearly out of place. Why? Because she was still wearing her lab coat.
なんで白衣なんです？
I couldn't help but ask.
ちゃんとした服も持ってきたつもりだったのよ。
I love that spread of her. She was sure she had, but she didn't. And that's why she was standing in the corner, trying not to attract attention.
あなた、昼間受付にいた人ね。
岡部倫太郎です。東京電機大学の学生で、伊崎ゼミで勉強してます。
I handed her one of the business cards that I'd thrown together after Izaki told me I needed them. She grabbed one of her own out of a stack and carelessly put it in my hands.
いいわ、無理に丁寧に話さなくても。
That was a huge help.
珍しい名前でしょ、私。
え、ああ、誰も読めないとか言ってたっけ？
I looked at the card and saw that the pronunciation of her name was written in unusually large letters. That was probably because of how people kept screwing it up.
沖縄ではよくある名字なんだけれどね。
沖縄出身なのか？
曽祖父と曽祖母がね、移民なのよ。私はアメリカ生まれのアメリカ育ち。
ハーフにはあんまり見えないな。クォーター？
外れ。祖父、祖母、父、母、すべて日本人よ。DNA は生粋のジャパニーズ。
DNA! What is DNA? Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. Deoxyribonucleic acid, commonly called GEADS. It is structured like a double helix and consists of 4 bases: adenine A, guanine G, cytosine C, and thymine T, all of which are paired off with one another. The nature of these base pairings determines the genetic information of a creature, and the number of bases varies by species. In this case of humans, that number is 3.1 billion. Whew. Alright, I just had flashbacks to high school chemistry. Not fun chemistry, but, yeah, chemistry still.
へえ。
And then the conversation stopped. I'm a terrible conservationist, honestly. The old me would have gone full Chunibayao and started ranting about conspiracies and magic powers, whether the other person cared or not. But you can't really call that a conversation. What is Chunibayao? Literally 8th grader's disease, this term refers to the slightly unusual actions and speech patterns commonly used by Japanese boys undergoing puberty. It can also be used as a pejorative term towards people who left puberty a long time ago, but still say highly embarrassing things as if they were still kids. Chunibaya refers to someone who performs antisocial, misanthropic, or delusional actions, or makes statements in an attempt to make themselves seem like a grown-up. While the speaker may think that they're really cool, from the perspective of an adult, they look ridiculous. Chunibaya can be broken down further into categories, one of which is the evil eye Chunibaya, who seems convinced that he has a special anime power or backstory. For example, an evil eye that gives him magical abilities. Strictly speaking, Ocarine falls into this category. His magic arm! The magic arm Okabe has. I had no idea what to say to somebody I never met before. I've been working at becoming a real adult, even buying and studying men's magazines. But none of it really helped. That's not how you become an adult, but you do you, Okabe. Without anything to talk about, I looked over to Dr. Leskinen. He seemed to be giving a lecture on neurons to a bunch of scientists.
今日はすまなかったな。
何が？
いや、セミナーの途中で邪魔を。
あれね、気にすることないわ。あなたが声を上げなかったら多分私が同じことをしていたから。許せないの、ああいう人。
いいのか、そんなこと言って。教授が言ってたじゃないか。科学者たるもの常に冷静にって。
今のは科学者としての発言じゃないわ。だから構わないのよ。
It must have really ticked her off, because she grabbed a cocktail from a passing waiter and gulped it down. Her cheeks turned a pretty shade of pink for an instant, but no longer. She might have a high alcohol tolerance.
だけど、やっぱり良くないわね。反省する。ああいう批判は、言い方こそ悪いけれど、それでも事実には違いないんだもの。私たちの研究がまだ無謀の域から出ていないと言われれば確かにその通りよ。
そうなのか。
取り組まなくてはいけない課題が山積みだわ。さっきセミナーで話した以上にね。例えば記憶データを元の脳に書き戻すことができてもそれを脳が利用できなければ何の意味もないの。記憶があっても思い出せない状態、つまり記憶喪失の脳と同じになってしまう。
As Maho spoke, I remembered all the lectures and theories that Kurisu had given me when she was making the time leap machine.
確か人間が記憶にアクセスしようとするときは前頭葉から側頭葉へ信号が行くんだったよな。
What is the frontal lobe? a part of the cerebrum located at the front of the brain. It controls thought, will, action, movement, creativity, and more. The frontal lobe can further be divided by location into the prefrontal cortex, motor cortex, and premotor cortex. I just had anatomy memories of when I took anatomy in high school.
ええ、トップダウン記憶検索信号ね。
What is top-down memory search signals? Nerve signals in the cerebrum that are sent from the frontal lobe to the temporal lobe during memory retrieval. That is top-down memory search signals.
だったら
And then I started to talk, remembering what Kurisu had told me about her theories as I went. When I used specialized terminology whose meanings I barely remembered, Maho would tell me what they were.
で、最後に側頭葉に記憶を書き戻す過程で一緒にコピーした疑似パルスを前頭葉の方に送り込めば記憶検索信号はちゃんと働くと思う。
あなた、それを自分で導き出したの？
ああ、いや。
Maho looked back at the business card I'd given her.
脳科学専攻じゃないわね。ということは誰かに？それとも論文で？それはないわ。まだ論文にはまとめられてなかったはず。
何かおかしいこと言ったか、俺。
そうじゃなくて、私の後輩がね、全く同じ理論を提唱していたことがあるのよ。どのスタッフもずっと懐疑的だったけど、彼女だけは絶対に証明できるって言い張っていたわ。結局実証試験に進む前に彼女はいなくなっちゃったんだけど。
それは
Should I tell her? Should I tell her about me and Kurisu? In this world line, there's almost no connection between me and Kurisu.
どうしたの？
I made up my mind. If I wanted to follow my dreams, I needed to act.
実はこの理論クリスからレクチャーされた。
今なんて？
マキセ・クリスが教えてくれたんだよ。
クリスがあなたに？いつ？どうして？
彼女がこっちに留学してた時だ。友達になってこういう話をよくした。
Of course, that was a lie. Kurisu and I became friends in the Alpha World line, not this one. But a small light like this was probably okay.
そうだったの。あのクリスが。ありがとう。感謝するわ。
Her words surprised me. That was the one thing I didn't expect to hear.
何が？
彼女と友達になってくれてよ。日本に来てたった一人で勉強していてもきっとつまらなかったと思うから。
口喧嘩ばっかりだったけどな。
あの子らしいわね。絶対に負けを認めなかったでしょ。
ああ、へりくつばっかりこねていた。ロボトミー手術してあんたの前頭葉を書き出してやるぞとかよく言われたし。
What is a I read this word so many times. I should know how it's pronounced. Lobotomy. Yeah, lobotomy. What is a lobotomy? A method of treating mental illness by performing surgery on the brain. A small hole is opened in the skull, and a long knife is used to remove the frontal lobe. In some cases, this was sufficient to kill the illness, but the inventor was given the Nobel Prize for the inventor was given the Nobel Prize for his work. However, due to the serious psychological side effects and damage to the personality caused by the loss of the frontal lobe, lobotomies were banned worldwide in the 1970s. And that was lobotomy.
まさかそんなこと。クリスなら言いそうね。
だろ？ちゃんと後輩の教育をしておいてほしかった。
その点に関しては認めるわ。陳謝します。
She smiled, or so I thought. And then all of a sudden, she started to cry.
どうした？
I didn't have any better ideas, so I grabbed my handkerchief. She didn't seem to know why she was crying herself. And neither did I. Had I said something during the conversation that set her off?
大丈夫か？
平気よ、ごめんなさい。
She didn't take my handkerchief. Instead, she took a tissue from out of her pocket and wiped her eyes.
You can know Dyson Einstein.
I turned around and saw Dr. Leskinen smiling and quickly striding towards me. He grabbed my hand as he got closer. The handshake was incredibly forceful. And his hands were as big as a bear's paws. No, not just his hands. Standing in front of me, he looked even bigger than he had during the lecture. I'm pretty tall, but he was at least a head taller than me.
教授、俺、その。
Uh-oh. It was all so sudden that I couldn't even think of an introduction. And wait, did he just speak in Japanese?
しかし、私の助手を泣かせてしまったのは見過ごせないね。いや、これは。
違います、教授。私が勝手に。彼は関係ないですから。
Maho and I denied it as much as we could. But I didn't know why Maho was crying, so I couldn't come up with any excuses. I just started to panic even more.
つまりその。
クリスです。彼とクリスの話をしていたら、いろいろ感情が溢れてしまって。
クリス？君はクリスの友人？
それは。はい。
岡部倫太郎さん、学生だそうです。
Maho introduced me. Dr. Leskinen had a gentle expression on his face as he gave me a slow hug. I felt like I was going to suffocate in his massive arms. Somehow, I could tell that it was his way of remembering Kurisu.
そうですか。そういうことなら、マホ。
はい。
ミスター・オカーベに会わせてあげたらどうかな、彼女を。
まさか、アマデウスを。
ここで彼に出会った偶然、その幸運を大切にしたいじゃないか。日本にいる間、彼にテスターになってもらってもいいよ。
本気ですか？部外者なのにそんないきなり。
クリスの友人ならば部外者ではない。そうだろう。
ですが。
What were they talking about? I had no idea, but This was my chance to build a relationship with Dr. Leskinen. I didn't want to blow it.
俺ぜひお手伝いしたいです。
Nice!
Yes! That's where it comes from! That's where it... Yes! Nice! He patted me on the shoulders and smiled. It was an innocent smile, like a child's.
じゃあ、詳細はマホに聞いてよろしく。
Another scientist was calling him, so he wandered away. Maho was shaking her head in disbelief.
アマデウスに合わせるとかテスターとか一体何の話なんだ？
コンベンションでやったデモンストレーション。アマデウスは私の記憶を使っていたんだけれど、アマデウスのデータとしてもう一人分研究者の記憶が保存してあるのよ。
Another researcher's memories. What did that mean? When I finally figured it out from Dr. Leskinen and Maho's conversation, my heart started pounding.
まさかあいつなのか？
そう。アマデウスの中にはマキセ・クリスの記憶が保存されているわ。8ヶ月前のクリスだけれどね。
Several days passed after the ATF party. 10 minutes from Ikebukuro via the express train. And then 10 minutes by bus from a station called Wako City in Saitama. The office I was looking for was on the second floor of a building right next to Riken. Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization, Japanese Office Prep Room. That was what the plate on the door said. To get in, you needed 3 times the special keys, plus a security card.
ここは？
各国の脳科学研究者が連携をして新しい機構を作る予定なの。私たちの研究所が主導してね。
She led me inside. Ooh. Who texted me? Ferris. The mysterious Suketos have at last appeared in Akihabara. Yeah. Garofraki, blah, or ah. I replied with ah. This is one of the hidden doors of Akihabara that leads to the truth. Yeah. Huh? If you know none of it, then very well, yeah? It saddens me that we cannot journey together, but if my sacrifice shall put an end to this, then I'll go through the door with gladness, yeah! What? Jealous? Being strange. There wasn't even a whiteboard. Oh, fuck, wait, I missed a line. Wait, hold up. Can I, wait, go back for a second? Okay. The office must have been newly rented. Most of the desks were still empty, showing no signs of having ever been used. There wasn't even a whiteboard, which made the room look even more empty. Alright, we're back. There wasn't a lot of natural light. Maybe the wood... Well, that was disgusting. I'm gonna smack my wrist for that one. I missed! There wasn't a lot of natural light. Maybe the windows were on the north side. The only illumination was from the overhead fluorescent lights. The room felt very cold.
ここはあくまでも準備室だから。
No one was sitting at any of the desks, but 2 of them had stuff on them. One of them was a mess, filled with notes, calculators, coffee cups, and supplement bottles. That was one Maho sat down at. Which meant the one that was neatly organized must belong to Dr. Leskinen, right?
教授は？
今日はオフ。
Well, it was Sunday.
君も？
ええ、そうじゃなかったら昼過ぎまで寝ていられるわけないでしょ。
That's true. When I got to pick her up from her hotel in Wako City, she'd come out of the room half asleep. This was the day that I was to meet Amadeus Kurisu. I'm gonna repeat that. This was the day that I was to meet Amadeus Kurisu. Maho had gone over the basics of being a tester on the way here. Essentially, Amadeus needed sample data for conversations, and they were going to give me an environment where I could talk to it at any time, 24 hours a day. She didn't give me any details beyond that, though. So I'll be able to talk to Amadeus Kurisu 24 hours a day. Huh.
あいつはクリスのアマデウスはここにいるのか？
ええ。
Maho nodded and gave me a glance.
あいつと呼んだわよね、今。
え？ああ。
私が思っているよりもずっと親しかったのね、あなたたち。
Maybe my silence was an answer in itself. Alright, who texted me? Who texted me? Oh, Lukiko! Yay! Okabe, may I have a moment of your time? Not today. I'm meeting someone right now. Is it important? I'm sorry, Lukiko. I'm meeting someone right now. I at least have to be honest with Lukiko. What? A girl? Huh? Why? No, I just got that feeling somehow. Blah. But he's a guy. Oh, I see. That's right. Yes, that's right. Yes! I'm sorry. Goodbye. Was that referring to Lukiko or Maho? I think that was referring to poor Lukiko. What a dude. Maho's response was uncharacteristically hesitant.
だとしたら会うのはやめた方がいいかもしれないわよ。
どうしてだ？
相手が親しい人であればあるほどあのシステムは残酷だと思うから。
大丈夫だ。
わかった。もう言わない。その代わり一つ覚えておいて。ロードする記憶はクリスが最後に更新をした3月のデータをベースにしたものよ。だから3月以降、例えば彼女が日本に留学していた時のことを聞いても全く通じない。
That's right, isn't it?
それに3月から今日までの間に私や教授が何度も起動してしまっているから、その度にクリスは、アマデウスの方のクリスね。彼女は元のクリスとは違う記憶を蓄積しているわ。私たちが聞かせた話、ネットで検索した情報、新しく会話を交わした人たち、そういったものをね。つまりこれから会うのはあなたの友人だったマキセ・クリスではないということ。このシステムの問題点の一つなんだけれど、往々にしてこちら側、つまり人間の方が混乱してしまうのよ。まるで本当のクリスと今この瞬間にチャットでもしているような錯覚に陥るから。
So, don't get reality and fantasy mixed up, I guess.
共有できていない記憶の齟齬に関してこちらの脳がついていけなくなってしまうのね。
Memories that aren't shared. Now, there's a feeling I knew well. reading Steiner. It was a power only I possess, which made my memories different than those of the people around me.
案内してくれ。
Maho gave me a slight nod.
こっちよ。
She led me to the back of the room. There was a booth, separated by a thick partition. To get inside the booth, you needed a different card key than the one used to get into the room, as well as a security code.
ずいぶん厳重なんだな。
今の時代、産業スパイが一番恐ろしいの。
She entered the security code and unlocked the door.
どうぞ。
Here it is. The room was about 2.5 meters per side. At one end was a white desk, and above it was a PC with a built-in 30-inch screen monitor.
少しだけ後ろに座っていて。
There was a small sofa that let you sit behind the user and see what was happening on the screen. I sat there. Maho powered on the PC and began to type. Man. Salary. Is that how you pronounce the name? Salary? Salary. Salary? Okay, how do you pronounce it? Fuck, I want to get this right. Salieri. Salieri? Salieri. Alright, it's Salieri. A second later, the words Amadeus system appeared on screen. I saw her put the ID in. Salieri. Salieri? What is Salieri? Antonio Salieri, 1950 to 1925. Okay. Antonio Salieri, 1750 to 1825, an Italian composer who lived in the same time as Mozart. He was court composer at Vienna for many years and trained such famous composers such as Beethoven, Schubert, and Liszt. Alright, it's gonna be a while before I get this right, but I think I can pronounce Salieri correctly. I'll probably mess up next time I record, though. Salieri and Amadeus. Huh. Who is Amadeus? Amadeus is Latin for beloved of the... Amadeus is Latin for beloved of God, and the middle name of the Austrian composer, Mozart. There is also a play and movie about Mozart of the same name, Amadeus. Was there some meaning to that? Come to think of it, in the famous movie Amadeus, there was a character who was spiteful and jealous of Mozart's incredible talents, but who, in the bottom of his heart, admired him more than anyone else. Alright. Mozart. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1765 to 1791, an Austrian composer. Along with Haydn and Beethoven, he is one of the most famous classical composers. He began to write songs at the age of 5 and left us over 600 masterpieces. In the modern era, he is often referred to as a genius, and there are many stories about him. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. That character's name was Salieri.
パスワードは見ないで。
Maho moved her body to hide her hands. I looked away. She finished logging into the system, and a simple, bare command prompt appeared on screen.
準備はいい？
ああ、頼む。
Maho entered several commands at the prompt.
ごめんなさい。ここはちょっと見せられないの。
One second. That fucking webcam right there. I need to show you guys something. I done a video about this back in 2018, but I think I need to show this again because yeah, the more I look at that webcam, the more uncanny I feel because Because, my old webcam that I used to film my videos with before I started using a camcorder was this webcam. I don't know if you can really see it in this light. Like, okay, let me use my phone light real quick. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yeah. Look at this fucking webcam, and then look at the one on screen. This is so fucking weird! Alright.
まあ俺が見たところでさっぱりだけどな。
でも一応ね。
She turned off the monitor. Then she spun around to face me. I suddenly realized that I was clutching my fists. How long had I been doing that? My hands were sweaty, and there was a red spot at the base of my thumb where my nails had dug in. Was I more nervous than I realized?
どうしたの？
いや今になってちょっとおじけづいてきた。
まだ間に合うわよ。今すぐここから出ていけばいいわ。
意地が悪いな。
そう？あなたのこと心配してあげてるのに。
だったらもう少しそれらしい言い方をした方がいい。クリスといい君といい実験大好きっ子は。
For a second, the old joking me was about to come back. I quickly changed the subject.
実験ばかりに明け暮れているやつは可愛げがない。
今の発言は明らかに誹謗中傷ね。侮辱罪で訴えてあげてもいいわ。
やめてくれ、恐ろしい。
いい弁護士を知っているから紹介してあげましょうか。
その前に告訴を取り下げてくれ。
示談に持ち込もうというのならそれ相応の金額は覚悟することね。
後で毒ペンを怒るから。
Dr. P. Who is Dr. P? The abbreviation for a type of carbonated beverage first served in America in the 1800s. At present, it's only available in eastern Japan and some other small areas. It has a very unique taste, and its secret recipe is a combination of over 20 flavors. Ooh, 20 flavors.
安い。
I heard a small sound from the back of her throat. I guess she was laughing. Normally, I'd find that irritating. But strangely, coming from the girl in front of me, no, she was a grown woman. Actually, I didn't. Maho is very strong-willed. Maho was very strong-willed, with the prickliness and short tempo unique to scientists. She always seemed to be a little upset about something. But maybe she wasn't that bad. Oh, I see. Maho. She's a lot like Kurisu. When I first met Kurisu, she was like that. Arrogant, rude, never willing to change her mind, stubborn, hard-headed, and always ready to confront you with raised eyebrows whenever you said something she didn't like. I truly thought I'd never seen a more unlikable woman. But despite my first impression, on the inside she turned out to be a fragile, easily hurt, and so kind, and so lovable.
何がおかしいんです？先輩。
I suddenly heard a girl's voice from the speaker. I found myself jumping off the sofa. I knew this voice. I couldn't forget it. I could never. Maho turned on the monitor. The girl I'd never forgotten appeared on the screen. Maybe it was based off her appearance at the brain science lab. Because she was wearing a white lab coat. The PC's camera turned towards me on its own.
先輩、そちらの方は
Maho was introducing me, but I didn't hear anything she was saying. I simply stared, entranced. I wanted to reach out my hands. I wanted to touch her. She was right here. She was right there.
岡部倫太郎さん。はじめまして、牧瀬クリスです。どうぞよろしく。
The opening's here! Yes! Fuck, I listened to this song so fucking much in 2015. God damn! Okume Tano. Shinamayuri. Hashira Itaru. Ferris Nanyai. Ushiba Luka. Kiryamoka. Hiyajo Maho, Amadeus Yuki. Yes! Yes! Oh! Fuck! Steins Gate 0. Alright. Oh my god. Achievement unlocked. Missing link. Close epigraph. Alright, I think, yes, okay, this...
さあ、岡部さん。リラックスしてください。
Okay, so, this meeting with the psychologist will have to wait till next time because, God, okay, that's a good place to end it. Right after the opening of this fucking game. This might be a shorter episode than intended because I usually do, I want to try to do more 2-hour sessions of this game, but that was the end of a chapter, and I feel like, you know, ending it off with the opening before we go to talk with the Okabe psychologist might be a good place to end it, like right before we talk with him, because I just want to do longer sessions with the chapters of this game, and I don't want to begin another chapter this time because I have to cut off at a random point in the chapter, for which I'd rather do that next time rather than doing it right now. So with that, I'm going to end this video right here, right now. So if you like this Let's Read of Steins Gate 0, leave a like, leave a comment, and... okay, what should I say? I'll see all of you next time. Wait, I usually say I'll see you all next time. Might as well change some stuff up. Mechanical!
Okay, okay.